Hey, this is Pat, and today we're checking out the all-new Leatt 8.5 and 9.5 ADV helmets. Now, Leatt has entered the ADV game in a very hard way with a lot of their jackets and pants this year in 2024, doing a fantastic job and becoming one of the most popular options out there, taking what they learned from the dirt world and putting it into more an ADV structure, and helmets are no exception. They're now launching the 8.5 as well as the 9.5 helmets. Now, I have both of them on the table today. This is a combo video. Just keep in mind, the 8.5 is going to be the fiberglass composite matrix construction, while the 9.5 is the 12K carbon fiber. Otherwise, they are the same. The carbon fiber comes with a couple bells and whistles I'll call out when we get to those things, but otherwise they are the same. You're looking at about $600 for the 8.5 and $800 for the 9.5. So $200 difference. And to be honest, I like this. I like the features. I like what they build into these helmets. I actually really dig the carbon fiber version for that extra $200 for a number of reasons. Again, I'll talk about them as they come up, but just know that Leatt did a great job in coming to the market with a new ADV helmet and really taking what we've seen from other helmets out there like the Acclaim Cryos, some of the Arai XD4, the older predecessor to the current XD5, taking what we've seen from those other brands and really excelling in making it a dirt-focused helmet that can easily do highway stints. Again, I think Leatt is going to be an easy top contender in best-selling ADV helmets soon, just because of what they're doing with these two new lids. But before I get too long-winded, let's talk about the overall quick features before we go and break down the entire helmet. I mentioned before, composite matrix, composite fiber matrix on the 8.5, 12K carbon on the 9.5. True to size, it is intermediate oval front to back, a little bit longer front to back than it is side to side. You are looking at 3 shell sizes. Extra small and small is the first one, medium large is the second, and then extra large up to 2 extra large is that third shell size. You are looking at DOT and ECE 2206, so they are hitting that ECE 2206 safety rating, and you're getting 3 pounds, 11 ounces in a medium in the 8.5, and an awesome weight, 3 pounds, 5 ounces in the medium in the 9.5. I really dig that. Typically we only see about an ounce saving in most carbon fiber versions of helmets out there, an ounce to 2 ounces. So the fact that they're trimming 6 ounces off for the 9.5, I really dig that. But again, true to size, can be worn in 4 different configurations. You can run it just as you see it here as an ADV helmet with the peak and the shield. You can remove the shield. It'll come with side plates so you can cover up the quick release pods just to make it a little bit more aerodynamic to have a street helmet. You can then pop off the shield itself and run the peak to make it a dirt helmet, as I have the 9.5 over here set up on my left, or you can just go remove the peak and be an all-out hooligan and just run no peak with the goggles on there if you're really just looking for maybe like a flat track look. I don't know, might be what you're looking for. Couple features I want to hit and talk about before we go to the inside of it is the ventilation. You do have a direct vent right at the chin, and I love that there's a 3D mesh behind it. It is a debris guard. You can pull that out from the interior, clean it out. You know, that helps keep a lot of the dust, a lot of the rocks out of your face, but it is a direct vent right to the front of the rider's face, which is exactly what you want. You want as much airflow through on an ADV helmet that is meant to be in the dirt as much as it is on the street, if not more. You want as much breathability in there. You're removing the shield, likely running goggles at that point, and you like having a little bit more ventilation. That's gonna be a key part in there. I will say it's a little bit rough on the actual noise. You can hear that just opening and closing it. I already talked to Leatt though. They are working on just quieting that down, making it a little less aggressive than these pre-productions that I have here in front of me. Moving up to the shield. Out of the box, you are getting a photochromic shield right out of the box installed on the helmet. It is Pinlock ready. There is a Pinlock 120 included insert in the box as well for both of these models, but I like that they're including the photochromic. If you're running day and night, you just want to bring one shield out there, this will transition once the UV rays hit your helmet. They also include a regular clear shield in the box too. If you just want to run it clear and you don't want it transitioning, you have that option as well. So I like that they're including that right out of the box. Good gasket seal, plenty of space for, as you can see, the included. It comes with these Leatt 4.5 goggles in the box as well. Be different colors, different smoke shields, things like that, depending on which model you have on here. But you can see it comes in the box on that. That's a credible price point. Adding those goggles in there just is another added benefit for both models. And for the carbon fiber version, you also get a pretty sweet carry bag with it that doesn't come with the 8.5, but the carbon fiber does have that. A few other little odds and ends on there that come in the box is a peak extender. If you need to add that on there, say for a muddy instance, or if you just want a little bit more protection from the sun, you will get The side pods you can see on here, I popped them off for the other version on there. Those side pods help hold the shield in place, but if you're not running those, you can go ahead and just include, this is actually the opposite side, but you can throw these plates on the side just to help out with the aerodynamics if you're going for more longer highway stints and you don't want that shield mechanism covered or anything like that. You can also, and one of the cool things is with the shield, you can run goggles underneath. If you get to a mud bog or if you hit a highway section for about a mile or so, you don't want to take the goggles off, you can fit the shield down over top of them, close it on there. If you cross water, you cross mud, that'll help protect the goggles, keep them clean, and then lift it back up. That is the fourth configuration as well with the helmet that you can run. You do have the peak up top with aerodynamic vents coming through the front, leading to those top vents inside of there. I wish there was a little bit more access to those vents other than just reaching up and under. I'll try to move that shield so you can see it under there. Wish there was a little bit easier access just to use those with a gloved hand while you're riding. Quick motions up there tend to get caught on things, so a little bit easier access would have been nice, but it is a quick release side system. So you just pull these pods out and it'll snap the shield off and you can go ahead and run it without the top peak if you're looking to do that. But a decent aerodynamic design, you can see plenty of area for the vents, for the airflow to come through. You do have 4 rear vents at the back, and I will say the 2 at the chin bar also act as exhaust vents, pulling from the cheek pads, helping that air flow out. But you do have 4 dedicated ones at the back with a very flat plane at the back of the helmet for goggle straps to go ahead and be utilized. It's going to be nice and flat. It's going to keep them in the same exact spot, so it's not going to move around or anything. So I dig that. Most goggles have silicone on the inside. The included Leatt 4.5s are no exception, so you do get that in the back of the helmet. And then you have the 360-degree logo on the rear, which I'll start talking about now as we go to the interior of the helmet. The interior of the helmet is going to be a double D-ring on the 8.5. You do get a Pinlock system on the 9.5, which I'll pull up and kind of show here. It is just a magnetic release. I dig that. If you're someone who is getting off the bike a lot while riding off-road, it's really easy to pop it off, take the helmet off, help your buddy on the side of the road. So you do have that feature on the 9.5, whereas you just get a standard double D-ring on the 8.5. But I mentioned the 360s, so let me talk about that. I'll pull out the cheek pads inside of this helmet, and we'll get a good glimpse at the interior. You can kind of see them poking through at the rear. Those blue turbines are going to be the 360 impact protection system that they've been using for quite a few years, which I really dig on here. Looking at the cheek pads, nice contour to it, plenty of space. It is emergency release, so you can pull them down and out in the event of emergency and easily get them off if your buddy goes down, or if you're just trying to work with getting the helmet a little bit more off a little bit easier when out there on the trail. Pro-Fit system on the inside is going to be these elastic straps at the rear, which just help move a little bit, gives a nice tight fit to the top liner. I dig that. They're calling that the Pro-Fit system. I really dig the inclusion of that. Just helps pull secure the top liner inside the helmet. But alas, as I've been mentioning for the past couple of minutes, we'll look at those blue turbines in there. Those are the 360 turbines that we've seen from Leatt in the past. If you look at the inside of them, they do have movement. They do absorb low impact, similar to what we've seen from EPP and EPS out there, different materials on the inside to help absorb it. It is EPS throughout, but then you have these turbines to help not only pivot and absorb rotational impacts, but also absorb low speed impacts as well. So I do dig that. Okay, decent channels in the EPS, nothing crazy, nothing to write home about, but I will say you do have speaker pockets on the inside as well that can easily fit a 45mm speaker inside there. They come with the covers so that you can keep them in. It'll reduce noise over time. If you're wearing this helmet, if you're wearing any ADV helmet or really any helmet at all, you should be wearing earplugs. That's going to help protect your ears, especially on those highway stints. So just keep that in mind, but nice EPS all the way throughout. Again, I really dig this helmet. I think Leatt did a great job with all their ADV jackets and pants when they came to market, like the Multi-Tour, the Flow Tour, things like that. And I think the helmets are no exception to that rule. And to be honest, for the weight savings, for the Pinlock, for the carbon fiber shell, and the overall features, included the helmet bag, because I do travel a lot with my helmets for work, I think the $800 on the 9.5 is an easy justification for all the features that you're getting. But if you want to keep it a little bit more price conscious, the 8.5 and the fiberglass version is going to be just fine for most riders out there. So kudos to Leatt. I think they did a fantastic job with these 2 new lids. But if you have any other questions, or if you want to see what other riders are saying about these new helmets, click that info button. That's going to take you over to the product page where you can read other rider reviews and see what other riders are saying about this lid. If you have any further questions, or if you have questions on sizing, please feel free to reach out to our customer service agents. They're all riders, happy to help you get set up for your next ride. I want to thank you for joining me and taking a look at the all-new Leatt 8.5 and 9.5 ADV helmets. I'm Pat. I'll see you in the next video.